Blast me to the mortal realms. It's time for the Mad Merlins review of Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer issue 24 by Hachette Partworks and Games Workshop. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Mad Merlins Stormbringer video. So today we're going to take a look at 24 and it is the first of our Gloomspite Gitz with a nice little hero known as a Loonboss. So there he is standing on top of these mushrooms. There's the frame. And we also learn about heroic actions. So before we dive into the issue, don't forget to of course like the video if you are enjoying the content. And if you are, why not subscribe to the channel, as it's the only way you can keep up to date with all my mad content. And finally, don't forget to check all the links in the description down below, including the ever helpful Mad Merlins Patreon, where there is now a perfectly titled Partworks tier for anyone supporting the Partworks on the channel. That is including current and possible future Partworks. So have a check out on that if you are interested in supporting the channel. If you'd like to do so for free, just drop a comment down below. Let me know how you're getting on with your Stormbringer collection. Personally, I haven't built a lot, and I've painted even less, I think. But it's a slow project for me to do as a side little bit to all my other armies. But we'll see how the future goes. So let's go vertical and we'll dive into issue 24. So here we have the issue. Let's open her up. And take a look at that new Loonboss. So yeah, there he is. We start learning about the Gloomspite Gitz, learn how heroic actions work in games, and you get to build and paint this little guy. So you also get a 32mm base for him to go on. And here we have the model itself. As you can see, very few components. Got two halves of the body here. You can see where the arms and legs attach. Got some nice details for the base, including these very weird stalks with eyes on. And yeah, he's a pretty gnarly little dude. There's his face. Bit of a squat nose as it's being hidden by the actual mask. So it's nice that they put the detail there, but you're not really going to get around to painting it due to the design of the actual model. But still, really cool model nonetheless. There we go. Right, let's dive into the actual issue now. So, diving into issue 24, we have a lot to get through this issue. So, we have all about the Gloomspite Gitz, learning about the Grand Alliance of Chaos, the hidden gloaming part of the Realm of Shadows. We collect, build and paint our Loonboss. We have page 4 of the core rules. We learn about heroic actions and command abilities with a tutorial. We have the War Scroll for our Loonboss, and we have a new mission called Commanding Vantage. So, starting off with Gloomspite Gitz. The vicious Gloomspite Gitz rule the caves of the mortal realms. When the bad moon rises, they attack the surface in screeching hordes. So, we start detailing here about the diminutive little creatures known as grots or gits. These are particularly the Gloomspite Gitz. They were what used to be the forest and night goblins. Mostly they are now looking at mostly the ranges focused on the night goblin aspect. They have a fondness of mushrooms, and they also employ creatures known as squigs, which are literally just walking mouths of teeth. So the bad moon is their symbol of worship. It is basically a potent of end times, a vicious moon that rises and drives them into bizarre activities. Moon-given madness details the Gloomspite Gitz. They will often attack without warning. They don't care for territory or particularly strategic goals. They just like to fight and, yeah, unleash their weird types of magic. So we've got a squig herder here, we've got a Loonboss of shield and sickle, and we have a fanatic who are got grots attached to giant chains with long chains with a giant ball of spiked metal on the end that they just fling at the enemy. Really cool faction, pretty cool. Grots ain't too small, everyone else is too big, so we're gonna cut them down to size. A well-known grot saying. Moving on then, we have the Grand Alliance of Chaos. The armies of Chaos are vast, powerful, and as varied as the dark gods they serve. Every warrior of the Grand Alliance of Chaos fights to bring annihilation to the mortal realms, and glory to the pantheon of Chaos. From ironclad hordes of mortal killers, to swarms of mutants, to unearthly legions of demons. So, much like the Grand Alliance of Order, the Grand Alliance of Chaos is a pantheon of gods dedicated to bringing and ending strife in the mortal realms. So, here we have a nice battle featuring Nurgle battling against its brother god Khorne there. So yeah, they don't really get along the best of times, and they get along even less with the other forces in the mortal realms. So the 5 gods on the pantheon are Khorne, who is all about slaughter, violence, and skulls. Tzeentch, mutation, changing of the ways, and particularly corrupting cults. Nurgle, followers of disease and bringers of a particular kind of life, in this case, dying life. They like to spread the plagues. We have Slaanesh, the god of excess, so they enjoy elegant but sinister warriors and hypnotizing demons, and pretty much indulge in all dark desires across the mortal realms. And finally, my favourite of the pantheon, the Great Horned Rat. Newly risen to godhood, the Great Horned Rat is a deity of ruin and decay. He kind of embodies chaos as a whole, although different elements of the god's appearance will connect more towards one of the other gods. The Warp Seers are magicians foremost, so they embody Tzeentch. Warbringers are warlike, so they embody Khorne. The Pestilential Corruptor is very dedicated to the ways of Nurgle. And though not very Slaaneshi, some say that the Deceiver, the Assassin Rat, is very connected to Slaanesh. But yeah, there are many different forms of the Great Horned Rat, and I gladly worship all of them. Moving on then, we got part 2 of the Realm of Shadow. So this is all about the Hidden Gloaming. The cosmos is filled with secrets and strange sub-realms. The most significant of their number is Ulgish, the hidden gloaming prison of the chaos god Slaanesh. So, halfway between Ulgu and Hyish, and off to the side of Shadespire, we have the imprisoned Slaanesh here. So yeah, the land of light and shadow, so it's where light and shadow meets. And not much to say, it is literally just the imprisonment of chaos god Slaanesh. Here we see Slaanesh rise in the arcane prison, always struggling to escape. Yeah, whether they'll get him, his followers will get him loose or not, we're not too sure. But at least he's being held at bay, and he's not going to cause any trouble for the known elf races. Alright, next up then, we have our battle record for the Loonboss. Loonbosses are the leaders of the Gloomspite Gitz. They are cunning combatants whose unorthodox tactics often leave enemy generals baffled and opposing armies shattered. A Loonboss's small size is no obstacle to his skill in combat. It just makes him harder to hit and better able to sneak up on his foes. As with all these, we got a little character trait here where we also gain his name, just rolling a d6. On here we have his particular sneaky tactic that he uses, and we get his title. So if we rolled a 4, we'd have Volduk, and a 6, Laugh Maker. Yeah, and then we have a Loonboss with a bunch of his following Night Goblin. And then we have room to write him down. And we also have a couple of tick boxes here for when he completes specific actions within the games. Moving on then is our build guide. He's very simple. Just carefully clip out each component. Then we want to glue him down. So we glue the head inside here. Make sure the ears poke through the holes and the eyes are visible through the slits in the face mask. Sandwich the two halves of the body together. Glue on the right arm and leg. Glue on the left leg. And then we can glue on his moon-shaped sickle halberd. His left arm into position here. Then we glue on the mushrooms to his back armor, and that glues onto his back. And finally, we just glue him down to his mushroom and glue it down to the base. How to paint, it's going to be a fairly simplistic paint guide, but still, I reckon it'll look pretty good. So we start with auric flesh all over the model and wraithbone over the mushrooms. Abaddon Black is used to pick out any cloth details. Leadbelcher for all his armor. He's got quite a lot, so just take your time. We've also got the sickle of his staff there. Avalanche Sunset is used to paint the head. Wraithbone is used to pick out any bits of bandage that you can see. Catachan Flesh for the wood and any leather straps. Catachan Flesh is also used to paint all over the entire base and the texture detail on the base. Mephiston Red is used to pick out some of the mushrooms, Corax White on other mushrooms, just so we have a bit of variety. Then we've got a couple of things to do. So we're shading the red mushroom with Agrax Earthshade and all the white mushrooms with Griffcharger Grey, making sure we let the shade sit in the recesses there. And that's our finished grot so far. A lot left to do though, but he still looks pretty nice. Continuing then with our rules, we got part 4 of the core rules. So this is all about battle rounds, the turn, and how to use command points. And then we look at the hero phase. And as we're looking at the hero phase, we got a tutorial here on how you do your heroic actions. So it's a good idea to keep track of your command points, either through tokens or writing it down on a scrap of paper. Using your abilities, giving extra buffs to your heroes, and even miraculously passing leadership. So on the back then, we got a few more tutorials for you to look at. So the player who goes first gains 1 command point. The player who goes second, being the slight underdog, will gain 2 command points. Yeah, pretty cool. Nice little tutorial to help you understand the rules a bit more. Moving on then, we got the War Scroll for the Loonboss. He's not too bad. 5 all over, except for his save, which is 4. He's got a Moon Slicer, which has a range of 2, 5 attacks, 3+ to hit, 3+ to wound, -1 rend, and does D3 damage. He's Dead Trixie, so he has a 6+ ward save. I'm the boss, now stab 'em good is his special rule. So when it issues an all-out attack command, until the end of the phase, if the unmodified roll by that unit is a 6 attack, causes a mortal wound, and then the damage, and in addition to damage it normally inflicts. So yeah, that's pretty nice. This is in effect. This effect is in addition to the normal effect of all-out attack, so you get a nice stack. So if we go back, actually, do we have all-out attack? No, we don't have all-out attack yet, so we can't look at that. But yeah, that will be obviously reviewed in a future issue. Then we got our tutorials for Dead Trixie and I'm the Boss, Stab 'em Good. Our battle then, Commanding Vantage. Let's see, the Lord Aquila, 4 Praetors and 5 Vindictors. Face off against the Loonboss with 3 Manskewer Bolt Boys. We got 10 Gut Rippers and 10 Hobgrot Slitters. We got corner deployment zones, and we're just fighting over the battle of 2 mats. Take it in turns, placing primal layer scenery on the battlefield. If the player slays all their opponent's models, they win the game, otherwise it's a draw. And we also have a bonus rule, Bird on the Command. First time your general is slain, you may set up a new hero from your collection within 9 inches from any of your other models, of your opponent's models. This new hero is now your general. So yeah, that means you do get to use more than what we start off with, which is pretty cool. Looking to the future then, so issue 25, we have a set of Azurite Ruins. Pretty cool, but I already have a set of these. And then moving on to 26, we got Griff Charger Grey and Corn Red, some very handy colours. And we start looking at all the different elven races of the realms. So there we have it, that was issue 24 of Stormbringer. Rather fun little issue, and a rather cool little model. So, yeah, there we go. Let me know what you thought of the video and of this model in the comment section down below. And I will see you next time on Stormbringer Reviews. This is Merlin saying thank you all for watching and goodbye.